humans of the internet. Welcome to the Gallant Horde! Today we are playing Bavlorna Blightstraw, in which these 6 lovely people are going to go and attempt to make an allegiance with a hag in a swamp, who happens to be the daughter of one Baba Yaga. So I'm sure that's going to go great.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing
Before we get into that, shiny thing. Today's shiny thing is a bag of folding. As with all our recent shiny things, it comes from Level 1 Gamer's deck of useful things. It's basically a bag of holding that just has origami in it, as far as I can tell.
Amazing.
Which, you know, there's a history of origami in the Horde, so that kind of tracks. So yeah, exclamation point, shiny thing in the chat will get you into the draw to win that. If you're a Horde member, it will magically appear in your character's house. If you are not a Horde member, you can decide which Horde member will get the bag of folding. So yeah, that's step 1. Subscribers! That's the thing we like to have. We are, as always, aiming for 50 new or renewed subscribers in October. Looks like we're about halfway there, as far as I can tell from the little sword on the screen. If we hit that, we will do another Birds of a Feather game. At the moment, they're kind of on hold while we get through this end of the Horde mission, because we're basically filling every available gap with Horde games, but we will be doing those Birds of a Feather games in the break between Horde seasons in December, January, thereabouts. We will be scheduling those at some point in the future. But we have 2 classes that we haven't yet got on the books, fighters and rangers. So if you would like to see one of those happen, or you just like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Support the stream. We are also still taking donations for Adam's new rig. His computer is limping along, and it would be awesome to be able to replace all its bits. We're going to Theseus ship that shit. So our current goal is we are 425 New Zealand dollars away from that. And if we hit that, we will schedule a familiars game. So we'll take 6 of the Horde familiars or seeds or whatever they have, and send them on a mission, which will be entertaining, I have no doubt. Tomorrow, Laura will be DMing a game. It is called What the Gruff Knows. That's all I'm going to tell you about that.
I'm going to try not to kill anyone.
I think you should try to kill them all.
I would like to not die, please.
I'm going to try not to kill anyone, but someone's going to die.
It's also...
Someone's just going to make poor choices.
This is a weekend of swamp games, apparently. Both games are set in swamps. Anyway, I think that's all my announcements for today. So I am going to get you all to introduce your lovely selves and your lovely characters while I roll some Potion of Resistance. Nick!
Hello, I'm Nick. I am playing Zinrie, a Harengon, Way of the Shadow monk.
Chrissy!
I'm Chrissy. I will be playing Mara Strongwind, the human, mostly barbarian touch of warlock.
I am Alex, and I will be playing Andie, who is the Eladrin rogue bard.
Yeah, I'm Rob, and I'm playing Shearman, who's a Dragonborn monk rogue.
Hi, I'm Jess. I will be playing Edith, who is a human rogue.
And Laura!
I'm Laura. I'm playing Claudette, sort of. She's in her Claudine form. Normally she is a gnome-presenting changeling. Today she's in her elvish fae form, and she is a Circle of Witchcraft druid.
Awesome. Alrighty. Your Potion of Resistance today is Fire Resistance. Will it be handy? Who knows? As I said to these guys earlier, if it comes to combat, something's fucked up. So we'll see how we go. Alright. So, is there anything anyone would like to do before you enter the throne room today? You've all got all your aids and your picnic baskets and your muffins and your etc.
And your mind blanks, which might be important.
Oh yeah, mind blanks. What else we got? You've all got seeming, so you all don't look like yourselves, is that correct? Has anyone
Mara's
chosen
going
not?
in normal.
Okay, so Mara looks normal.
Yeah. Andie looks like herself as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Zinrie looks like a tabaxi version with big
Okay.
ears and everything. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the immunity to charmed from Mind Blank could come in handy.
We will see.
Claudine's popping her death dog into its pocket realm.
Okay. Okay. So Claudine's. What is your death dog's name today?
I didn't name. I normally name them, and I didn't name the death dog.
Puppy. Doom puppy.
It's called Chibi.
What
It's called
It's called
Chibi.
what?
Not
Chibi.
Steve.
Nope, it's called Chibi.
Excellent. All right.
Chibi the death dog.
Isn't that the same name as the dummy that Ardbeg hates in the arena?
Yep.
Yes. All right. So you enter the throne room. The lady is wearing a gown of greens and browns. Somehow she makes it look good, even though it looks like it's made from like swamp weed, but it looks fucking awesome on her. Because she's magic. And she says, welcome, adventurers. Are you ready for your little jaunt into the Feywild today?
Is it safe?
I am very excited, Your Honor.
Did you have any questions before you head on off?
Are you sure about this?
What do you mean?
My aunts don't really agree. Trying to get all three of them is.
I'm aware. But you see, they don't have to like me, they just have to hate him more.
Hating someone is the only way to get them to agree.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
Just do your best. There is no guarantee we'll get all three, or even the mistress herself, but the more we get, the better our chances. I'm all about stacking the deck.
We can do it.
I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Well, I'm glad someone's sure of that.
Got complete faith in you, darling.
Did you have any questions? Any other questions before I send you on your way?
How far away are you dropping us?
Well, I'm not sure exactly where she is, and as you know, the Feywild can be a bit. Well, straight lines are not often actually straight. So I'm putting you as close to her known location as I can, but I imagine there will be some searching involved.
There usually is.
How many of you have never been to the Feywild before?
Me.
I
have never
haven't.
been.
Well, just keep your wits about you. It can be different to what you're used to. Nothing is quite what it seems, and use your manners. I'm sure those of you who know it will help the three who do not. To not offend anything. Or die. Or turn into a, I don't know, butterfly.
Frogs.
Frogs.
Lorna likes frogs.
Well, are we ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. And she claps her hands, and you are transported to a swamp. It looks a little. Why are you always spreading yourselves out? Do you know how hard it is to move
Just
you
to
all
annoy
and
you.
spread yourselves out? God damn it! All right.
We love you, Jax.
I know.
Yay.
I know. Okay, you find yourselves perched precariously on a pathway. Please hold while I move you into a straight line so that you're not in the mud. Oi, come here. It is a swamp, and it smells like a swamp. It is gross. It smells pretty pungent. The mud is kind of bubbling. There are various weird little islands and like gnarled bits of tree coming out of the mud with bizarre things hanging off of them. It looks very Blair Witch Project if Blair Witch Project was in a swamp. There is a very narrow pathway which the lady has very carefully placed you on, although you can rearrange your order if you want. I don't mind if you want to change that around. And it goes in both directions for as far as you can see. There's also like mist and fog coming up, so as far as you can see it's not that far. Because it's obscured by what might be mist and what might be gas. Hard to say. It's pretty
And
gross.
is it well lit or is it dim or what time?
It's pretty. It's hard to. Time is a difficult thing to ascertain because it's dank and misty and overcast and kind of definitely not well lit. It's pretty gloomy. What do you want to do?
The tug was slightly more than usual, so Mara pulls out some of the gingerbread cookies in case anyone wants them. And she sort of just taps her boots together and rises just above the mist and just goes backwards and forwards across every, just off the track.
Okay.
Because she can fly.
So you are flying.
Flying.
For some period of time.
Yes. And just
I think
offers
it's an hour.
the cookies
How long
to
do the
everybody.
boots last before they give up? I think it's an hour.
I think it's up to 4 hours,
4 hours.
but then they have to
Yep.
recharge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Claudine will look at the others and say, "We have 3 options, 4 options. We can walk one of these directions. We can fly up and see if we can spot the house. Or I do have a spell that will show us the way, but it will eat the biggest lot of magic I can do."
If we try flying up first, and then if we don't see squat, then maybe we can use that option.
Uh,
Good idea.
Claudine
Mara
nods
will-
and turns into a harpy.
Oh.
And we'll fly like up opposite to Mara so that they can look
Okay.
wider.
Make a perception check. So you're looking for a hag house, I assume.
I'm looking for my aunt's house.
Investigation. Investigation, perception.
Perception.
Okay.
Do harpies have any special perception?
Thank
No,
you
they
so
don't.
much, Adam.
He's having a lot of fun there, isn't he?
11! That
24.
was not good.
Mara, you see a lot of mist.
I have no
Um,
idea what I'm really looking for either.
which one are we? Claudine.
Claudine.
Today?
Yep.
Claudine, you also see a lot of mist. You are more familiar with the Feywild and the way things work in the Feywild. And you get the sense that this path, it is probably wise to follow it, but it doesn't matter which way you go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
This-
makes sense.
This is like you don't see a house, but it's clearly you need to follow this path, but
We're on the
Feywild,
path to the house.
yeah, it
Cool.
doesn't actually matter. All paths lead to the same place.
Claudine was just making sure that that's where we were. She'll fly back down and start leading the group. She'll pop Chibi out of his pocket realm and
So-
taking go.
This path is like maybe 5 feet above the mud. And it's pungent as fuck. So I'm gonna need you to all make some con saves, please.
Thank goodness the harpy's got a better con than me.
That's a 10.
12 for Edith.
18.
18 for sure.
That's a whole 8.
14!
It's
so
not an
all
8,
of
it's an
you,
infinity.
take 3 points of poison damage.
I am immune to poison damage.
Then you don't take any damage. The rest of you take 3 points of poison damage just from this gas getting into your insides. It's gross.
All right. Zinrie will her boon. That's the poison that gives her poison.
Oh, the beer
boon
one?
for-
Is it the beer one? Yep.
Yeah, the beer one.
Mara will do the same.
Cool. Sweet.
Shirret's gonna be sneaking.
Okay, make a
Yeah.
stealth check.
It is a 31.
Cool. Pity about the rest of your group. So Mara, you are flying and Claudine is flying. Where are you flying?
Claudine's about like 10 feet above the path, like just above the dog.
Okay. Mara?
Mara's about 5 feet above the path, kind of next to everybody else.
Okay, so you're not above the path itself.
Nope.
Excellent. In that case, does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Awesome. So you all watch as something that looks like a tentacle, but it is made of mud, comes out of the marsh and smacks at Mara and wraps around her ankle. And starts to try to pull her into the mud. Mara, I need you to make a strength save to resist being pulled under the mud. Marshticle.
That would be 26.
Okay, cool. So you're not pulled, but it's got you by the ankle. Like it's holding
Okay.
on to you, but it doesn't actually haul you underneath. It doesn't do any damage, but you're now stuck.
Okay.
And it is still trying to pull you down. You're just resisting it at the moment. What do you want to do?
I'm going to packed weapon my blood axe out
Mhm.
and then swing at it.
Okay.
There. So that's 17 to hit. Oh dear, this does not sound good. Hang on. Is it undead or construct?
No. It's
I'm
mud.
just like, but is it able to be poisoned? Is it worth me rolling that one?
It's pretty much made of poison.
Okay. It's got 12 slashing on it then.
Cool. So your axe goes through the tentacle, and it does sever it. So you have like, you can now fuck off ski. But it goes through and then immediately reforms. But now it's like lost you. So I'm assuming you're flying out of its reach.
Yeah, keep going up.
And you all
Back
watch
on
as
the path.
several others
Back on the path.
pop up towards and start like waving towards Mara, and they're like just growing, like they're following her. What are you doing, Mara?
On the path. On the
I'm
path.
gonna dive over the path.
Okay,
be about
so you're now above the path.
Yes.
Cool. As soon as you do that, they all go
Mhm.
back into the mud.
Stay on the path.
Stay on the path.
Is that a poop monster?
Off the path. I was just above off the path.
I mean, it's marsh mud, so.
Claudine will look
Genuinely
at
asking.
Claudine looks at Mara and says, and sorry to Edith, and says, no, my aunt's very territorial. She doesn't like people wandering around. And then keeps going.
I appreciate that for sure. She's gonna follow you along, like continuing to ask quietly, like lots of weird, random questions.
Cool. So you continue along the path.
Yes.
Excellent. Mara, where did you place yourself?
Uh,
I need to know a marching
Yeah.
order, basically. Alright, so I'm just going to move you together so I can move you. Actually, no, we'll just do this. Copy. Right, so you proceed along this pathway, and you find yourself getting to a point where it is. I'm just going to move you back onto the path. Please hold while I sort some shit out. It becomes less. Well, it's not actually less. It's the same, but there are like big outcrops of rocks coming up out of the path, and you're approaching one where the path very much goes through one. There are still lots of gnarled trees and things hanging off the trees. You can see like wind chimes made of bones and weird little things, various weird things hanging out of trees that are clearly not natural.
As we come up to the stone, Claudine, who when she turned to Harpy, she kept her belt out, reaches into a belt and takes out a little like leather pouch, and is gonna set it like on the stone.
Okay.
Before she continues forward.
What is it?
It's just a little pouch that's got like some mushrooms and some stones and a couple of bones in it. It's just a weird thing.
All right, cool. So, do you proceed through this gap? Sherrod, you're in front, so I guess it's on you. What are you doing?
Sherrod will wait till the others catch up,
Okay.
and guess sort of silently look at them and shrug his shoulders. What are we up to?
Staying on the path.
Those of you who are not immune to poison and failed your con save, which is everyone who's not immune to poison, take another 5 points of poison damage just from being in the swamp.
Took our if we did the potion thingy.
Then you're fine. All right. Wait,
Oh,
that's resistance,
that's
right?
only resistance.
That's
It's
resistance.
only
So
resistance.
half in that case. So 2 in that case.
Yep.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yep.
Straying off the path is a very bad idea.
Yes, it is.
Hold. I need to just do a thing.
Yeah, well,
Claudine
Sherrod will
staying 10 feet up.
snake ahead again.
Cool. As soon as you get onto that rock, you encounter a thing happens. Please hold. You are going to you watch as several like they also kind of look like tentacles, but they're not exactly tentacles. They kind of look like they're made of hair, come snaking out of behind the rocks, and are going to attempt to grab hold of Sherrod, which is probably not going to work because he's a monk, so he's super dexy. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Oh.
I like that noise.
28.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Who's behind Sherrod? The dog is next.
Yep. Do you need a dex save from the dog?
Yes, please.
What's the dog's dex? Oh, the dog has a decent dex. Not with that too, though. That's a 4.
So one of these things wraps around the dog and lifts it into the air.
Claudette pulls it into its pocket realm.
Okay, you're also going to need to do a dex save because you're also on the rock at this point.
I'm 10 feet up. But I'll do the dex save.
Above the rock?
Yeah.
I think this thing has like, hang on.
It's
yeah,
okay.
no, it can reach you. It's
That's
long.
a 22.
Cool. You managed to miss it too. Presumably the rest of you are going to stop before you step on this in this waving thing of hair, or are you going through it? Who's next?
Edith is
Mara.
waiting.
Mara? What are you doing, Mara?
Mara's gonna pause. She's already been grabbed
Okay.
once. She's
Cool.
Um,
Sherrod, in front of you, you see a couple of beings jump down and block your path. Please hold while I move them to the correct place. They are like little squat gnome-like creatures, but they kind of look like they're made of rock. And they stop and they say, "What languages do you speak? Do you speak Sylvan?"
Yes.
Okay, if you speak Sylvan, you hear them say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Claudette's gonna fly forward a little bit at this point and be like, "I'm here to see my aunt. What do you want?"
We want a toll. Incidentally, the tentacle things are clearly these things' hair. They're like waving around their heads. They go like 50 feet, man. They're huge.
Claudette's gonna fly over to. Claudette will motion for Mara to like fly up and over.
Okay. I will join her.
Can you that magical basket? Can you?
Mara will reach into in a bag of holding and just pull out chunks of picnic because she's assuming that's what Claudine's after.
Yeah.
And she doesn't speak Sylvan, so she's got no idea what these guys were saying.
Claudine will say, if you look confused, Claudine will say, "We have to pay the toll. Can you please pay?" And she motions to the bag.
It's very clear that there are a couple of others crawling out of the rocks now as well.
Yeah, Mara's pulling out chunks of the picnics and just sort of tossing pies and pastries and sandwiches and cakes and things
Take
to
them
them.
and look at them and then throw them back and go, "This is not good."
You didn't say what you wanted.
A toll. Something useful or interesting or magical or tasty.
Those are tasty.
No. Maybe for you squishy people, not for us.
Do I have any idea what sort of creature these are?
Make a nature check? Or history.
Sure.
Nature or history. I'll let you have either
Can
of
I also get in on that?
I'm gonna go with nature, and that's gonna be a 25.
So
I'm
these
gonna-
are corrids. They are little
24
rock.
history.
They're like little rock fae creatures. They don't eat like physical people food. They eat like rocks and stuff.
Luckily, I've
Um,
got a bag of rocks from the Starlit
like-
Tower.
They would be much more interested in a good piece of granite or like a, I don't know, geologist. What's a good rock? We have a geologist in the room.
If they like it to be slightly cooked, then you might want a nice marble. If they want something that's just been kind of squished a bit, then a mudstone or a shale.
Claudine will reach around her belt and she sifts through pouches and pulls one out. And she's like, "These are from a sorcerer's tower from another realm," and we'll start
Ooh.
handing out bits of the Starlit Tower.
Exotic food, yes. And they all start eating the rocks. It is the sound is terrible. It's like this crunching, awful
Is it like nails on a blackboard
grating.
sort of
Yeah,
terrible?
it's a bad noise. But they munch on these rocks. Nom, 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 nom. And then they kind of go, "Okay, good toll. Excellent. Please proceed." And then they all disappear back into the rocks again. And you may continue.
I'm assuming, how many were there? There's like four of them?
There are four that you saw.
That's probably half my bag of rocks. Sad.
they will eat everything you give them.
Yeah.
And they will only stop and let you go when it looks like you don't have anything else to give them.
Yeah.
Let's face it, half a bag of rocks is still just a bag of rocks in your inventory.
Yeah, but those are very specific
They are
rocks.
specific rocks.
Yes.
Right. So you proceed.
We proceed.
Yeah.
Another point of poison damage to those of you who have nothing to stop you being poisoned. 0 to the resistance, 0 to the immunity. Because I only rolled
0
1.
to the resistance. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
So you proceed along the path, and you reach an interesting place. Please hold while I move the corrids so that I can... I took some poetic license with them, but I think they're cute.
They're cute.
Yeah.
You don't have to justify things to us.
You all know that I make shit up. I make shit up. All right.
And we love it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
you
the
find
best
yourselves
kind of.
basically at what looks like the entrance to something. I don't know if I can paste you on here effectively. Let's see. There we go. Did that work? Did I get everyone? 1, 2, 3. Yep, they're all
there
there.
I am.
Hiding behind the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Alright. So it is basically a big wall of rock, and there is what is clearly an entrance, and on either side of it, sitting on tree stumps, are two more weird looking fey creatures with extremely large heads. They look like that guy from the Labyrinth. You know the one I mean?
Mhm.
Pluto?
And they go, "Ah! Visitors? Visitors? Is it visitors? It is visitors! Hello, visitors! Visitors!" They're like talking to each other and you. It's weird. Hello.
Claudino Land. Are you guarding the gate?
We are, yes, but also guards, but also welcoming. Depends. Are you friend or foe?
Friend.
Are you lying?
No.
Make a persuasion check. Oh no, roll some insight.
That is a 23.
Friend, good, good, good. Whom do you visit?
Aunt Lorna.
Oh, are you sure?
I look at them both. I'm like, were you told to expect someone?
No. I will tell you this for free, though. Advice freely given. Very few who go in come out.
I know my aunt very well.
Okay.
Is she through here?
Well, yes. And
Um,
also, no.
Do we have to go through here to get to her?
Yes.
Are you lying? And I'm gonna insight roll them.
Yeah, I would like
No.
insight check on this too.
Same for Edith, like passively as she's just witnessing this whole thing wide-eyed.
26.
Sylvan, so if you don't speak Sylvan, you don't actually understand what they're saying.
That is a natural
That's good.
20 for 34. Is this
Lying.
motherfucker lying?
They're not lying, but there's some fey bullshit.
Yep.
Do you know the path?
The path to
Where
your
we're going?
auntie.
Yes.
Well, yes. You have to find the way. You can hear the capital letters.
Do you know the way to the way?
Well, it's through here. And then you find the dancing ones, and then you dance, and then you go through the way.
Okay. I look at the others, balancing on my claws, and stay together.
Yeah. It's likely that's all we'll get out of it.
And then I look back at the pair. Do you have advice for sale?
Maybe. What do you offer us?
Let me look at my weird inventory.
Hell, who's lived in fairy tales?
Claudine turns back into herself and reaches into a pouch and pulls out a long, glowing silver thread and says, "This is the first full moon I ever saw," and holds it out.
Yes. Okay. One of them snatches it, sniffs it, passes it to the other one. That one also sniffs it, kind of licks it a bit.
It's an encode thoughts memory strand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. Okay, we will answer 3 questions true.
She looks at the group.
Mara just looks at her and goes, huh? How's it going?
They will answer 3 questions for us if we, truthfully, if we have any questions about what we're going to find through here.
So let's decide on all 3 before we start asking.
Yes, that's why I'm turning to you all.
Yes, clarifying.
Question for the DM. They mentioned the dancing ones. Do we know what that means?
You can make a history check.
If Edith speaks Elvish, would she kind of pick up on Sylvan?
It
Like,
would be it would be like speaking English and trying to read Chaucer. You know what I mean? So like kind of,
Yeah.
but it doesn't quite turn into something you can understand unless you've
So
studied it.
Got it.
from one of the books that Andie has read in the library, she has advantage on history checks to do with the Fae. Would that apply here?
Yep.
Cool.
Zinrie got a 15 on him.
That's another natural 20 for 31.
Okay, it's a bit tricky because there are several things that would be referred to as the dancing ones. There are various kinds of fae that are characterized by their dancing, but a nat 20, and given what you have encountered up to this point and the kinds of fae that you have encountered up to this point, I would say you can probably narrow it down to it's probably something like a nilbog, which is a small, like, imp thing that dances a lot.
Nilbugs are really funny.
Very cute.
All right, question.
Yeah, my question, if I didn't know that answer, would have been, what is it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, do we have to pass through this door to get there? Which you've already asked. but
We
you-
already, I will point out, I will say that I've already asked that. We do need to go through here to get to where we're going.
Yeah. So
do we want
is there only one path
long?
from there?
Is there only one path? Is a good question. What did Edith say?
is it important to know like how long it will take, or how
Things
far it
in
is
the-
or anything?
Things in the Feywild are as far as they are and take as long as they take.
Oh right.
Conversation's going, Mara's just gonna laugh.
time is weird in the Feywild.
That's so fascinating. I'm so pissed. I won't remember this stuff.
You might
Nice.
remember.
Really?
You'll roll for it in the throne room.
That's exciting.
So, is there more than one path? Claudine would like to ask if there's any noticeable markers to any, like, are the traps marked, is her question.
Or
Here's,
Do we have-
here's one. What about if the house is hidden? Is that a good question?
And
I
we
don't know. I
recognise
have
the
so
house.
many questions. Yeah.
So, is the house hidden?
Or how would we recognise it? Because then.
Oh,
then
I will. I've been there before.
Well, yeah, okay. And as it's hidden is the fine. I mean, if it's hidden, is there a way to recognise when you're looking at the hidden thing?
We have to find the way, and then once we're on the point of my aunt's house is that it's difficult to get to, but not impossible.
are we likely to run into any
Any hostile creatures? You cut out a bit there, Nick.
Oh yeah, I was just saying any hostile creatures away.
That's also a good question. Okay. I turn back to the creatures.
They're like, yeah, hello, we are the guards. Guards, yes, guards. Hello.
Hello.
Backwards and forwards between the two of them.
Is there more than one path that leads to the way?
No. Only one way. One way. But side paths. Yes.
Are the traps inside marked?
No, that would be silly. What's the point of a trap if you can see it?
Are there hostile creatures along the path?
We are hostile if you are rude.
Hostile without rudeness.
Maybe the quicklings, The quicklings are, sometimes bad-tempered. Hungry. They're very hungry, always. Hungry.
Claudine will translate the answers and then say, we might as well go.
One
What
more
did-
thing. For free. Not for free. Maybe a treat? You have a treat. We know a thing. It is very useful.
Zinrie will take out her.
Is it
popping-
though? Insight check.
You can inside it if you want.
Sherrod will say, well, if you tell us, we'll tell you how good
Does
it
Sherrod speak Sylvan? Oh yeah, he does,
Yeah.
eh? Yep.
does. He'll try and persuade them.
Treat
Tell us.
first.
I was
28.
looking confused in the background. She needed someone to translate.
I will
You
be
say
translating
28.
for Mara.
Okay.
Too, like,
Yeah. Inside of
It,
28, yep.
the Boggle definitely believes that its information is very helpful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it is or not.
Yeah.
The
So,
bottle-
Zinrie-
Off to Claudine, pulls out a couple of caramel apples and goes, would they like these?
I look at Zinrie as well, because Zinrie wanted to offer something, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna offer some popping candy. So this is really special. You put it in your mouth, and there's a surprise.
Food. We like surprising food.
So I will give them the popping candy that she has.
Okay. They take it,
Pop
they
rocks.
put it in their mouths, and you watch as their eyes get even bigger, and they're like, whoa! When you open your mouth, it gets bigger! Ah! They do this for like 10 minutes, and then they go, okay. An ally is secret and hidden.
Thank you.
You should find him.
Oops. No, Claudine wouldn't say
No.
that. She's not stupid.
Nope.
Yeah.
Laura's half awake. Claudine is not
I
stupid.
understand. Jax has manners and has to stop himself. You know, I've started saying, I appreciate that in real life now.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, Claudine would say I appreciate that, and then we'll.
He will be helpful, and he has a bouncy friend. You should find him. Bouncy,
Okay.
bouncy, bouncy. The other one starts bouncy, 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 and they just keep doing that.
And we'll just
Oh,
kind of
these
slide
guys.
on by.
Claudine will lead the group in.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So
As
You-
we cross the threshold, Andie is going to cast Borrowed Knowledge and give herself proficiency in Perception.
okay,
Feel
Cool.
like that might be useful.
it might be useful. All right. So you enter and immediately are faced with a fork in the road.
Of course.
One side leads to a curving passage. You can't see where it goes. The other side has a large, it's like a circular sculpture, but it's made of like sticks and moss, and there are definitely some bones in there, and maybe some skulls and bits of fabric and thing. It's probably about waist height on the humans.
What's the light conditions in here?
It's pretty dim.
Excellent.
Not so dim you can't see, but it's not bright. Nothing you have experienced so far has been bright.
Claudine will look at the group and say left or right.
Well.
Left.
Left we go.
What is the marching order? Who's going first?
Claudine and the Death Dog.
Andie would be right behind them.
And
Because considering there are traps, you know,
Do you wish to be looking for traps?
yes.
Make a perception check in that case, my dear.
Oh, funny
I,
that comes in useful.
Can I give you assistance with that? I'm trying perception.
You can both be
So go
looking.
ahead.
That is math. 22.
Cool. There are no like traps in the passageway, but as you enter, you find yourself in a chamber full of bones. Many, many bones of many different kinds. Some of which are probably not recognizable to some of you as being things you know about.
Claudine's
There,
gonna stop
there are
people from
another
entering.
two of these weird like altar things in the room as well.
Claudine's like, don't go in there.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah, maybe not left.
Yeah. Let's find the other way.
As you backtrack, you hear rattling, like the bones. We're kind of interested in you, but you've left, so it's all good. Just a creepy rattling noise, like maybe they were, getting curious, but then you went away without entering the room, so it's all good.
Yeah. We'll
Excellent.
just
I just
Here.
picked left because no one else was making a decision.
It's funny. I almost said right, and
Whatever
Yeah.
works, man. All right,
Yeah.
you're now faced with another decision because there is yet another left or right.
As we pass this little statue, Claudine adds a feather to it, and
Okay.
then is gonna continue going right.
Right, so along the. Cool.
Is Claudine placing these things secretively or openly?
Nope. Openly, she just takes a feather
Oh.
from her pocket and adds it.
Cool.
Can we talk about how cool this map is for half a second? This map is by Ataraxian Bear, who I have recently discovered on Patreon. Holy shit, they have so many beautiful things. So many. Anyway, this passageway
Yay.
carries on and then curves.
Claudine will every now and again look back at the people who are checking for traps.
Yeah, I mean, Andie is right behind
Yeah.
Claudine the whole time looking for traps.
There are no traps by the usual standards of.
I mean, just
trap
anything
things.
that looks like a trap, and also because Andie spent a bunch of time in the Feywild after she left her home, she will be looking for things like that too.
Yeah.
Anything that might not necessarily look like a trap, but things
When
she's
this looks
encountered like that before.
When this looks like a dog legs, Claudine's gonna grab Sherrit and shake her head and go not this way. And
When it looks like a what? Sorry?
well, it's the dog's leg here,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
that-
where she is.
Yeah.
Where it's like clearly going the wrong way. Claudine's like, not this way.
Okay.
And we'll lead the group back.
Okay. Cool. In that case, you probably don't see the cool glowing purple crystal. Never mind. Sweet.
There's
I'm
a
so
lot of
glad that our
paranoia in this
first-
group.
that our first instincts are so good.
We've got a couple of people in the party from the Feywild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dubs, you are totally walking through like ankle-high mud. Ankle-high mud.
Oh.
I
Like
mean,
it-
what's the water content like on this? Because we have water walk.
Oh.
I thought about asking it earlier in the vlog, but then
Probably-
the technicals came out.
It's probably more mud than water, but I would
Yeah.
say if it's watery enough for you to sink into it, you probably are walking above it. That's fine. All of you have water walk?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Sweet. Alright, this pathway carries on. It curvy-worvies quite a lot. I assume you're just following it.
Yep, following
Yep.
behind
And
Claudine,
then
letting her
You
lead.
get to essentially a T-junction. Andie, make another perception check for me, please.
Okay. Is this one for traps? Because Zinrie is still helping me look.
It's
I
not for
assume.
traps.
Okay. Well, that was better than my last one, so that's fine. That is a 24.
Okay. As you get to this T-junction, you can clearly hear noises coming from both left and right. The left sounds like low voices talking. Too low for you to really hear what they're saying, or even what language it is, but definitely. From the right, you hear a similar sound, but it's more musical. Like people singing.
carefully.
Andie will
Zinrie is-
relay that very quietly.
Yeah, Zinrie's also gonna take her a fire
Resistance.
because.
You keep kind of cutting in and out. I don't know if it's a microphone
Oh,
thing.
I'm sorry, but
It's
yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna take my potion of fire resistance.
Yeah. I'm gonna take mine. No, I don't have one yet. Damn it.
Did
Come on,
Andie tell
Twitch.
us? Did Andie tell us where the various sounds?
Yes, she relayed that info.
Claudine looks at Sherrod and says left or right.
I think left.
Claudine immediately starts going right because every time we picked, it's been the wrong way.
That is incredibly fair.
It is incredibly fair, but also the ally we were told about was male, and there's bouncy dancing things.
These voices are not gendered. You can't tell what gender they are.
Mhm.
Don't
If
be
you really
soft
want to,
on that.
if you really want to go left, we can go left.
Oh, good.
We'll go left.
I think at this point, because we're now about to encounter people, we should be trying to move quietly.
Okay.
In that case, I
Yeah.
need stealth rolls from everyone, please.
Why did you have to say that?
Did I prepare pass without trace? I don't think I did. I did not.
16.
21.
29.
26.
17 for Claudette, and then the dog got probably about the same.
Cool.
Let me check.
So most of you are moving very quietly. A couple of you are moving quietly-ish, but you hear as you approach the voices stop. As you start down the passage. Because I rolled pretty decent perception, y'all. It gets quiet. In that, did you hear that? Kind of quiet. Are you still proceeding?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just gonna follow everybody.
Same. Edith is just like, all right, cool.
Sorry, I did that badly. Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
Zinrie has like defaulted into Sylvan, and she's not even realizing it. So you guys have to remind her.
I don't even know what I've done.
Comment.
You can see the path, right? It's really hard to
Yes.
tell on this map what you can see and what you can't. Okay. Cool. As you get here, you see quite clearly oh crap. That you are entering what looks like some sort of living space. And a couple of small, rather angry looking creatures that with like beaks and hoods approaching. And they say, I assume also in Sylvan? Yes. You! What do you want? This is our place. We fought for it. Fair and true. Go away!
Apologies. You must have taken a wrong turn.
All turns are wrong turns. Go away! As you get further in, you can see that they are cooking some sort of meat item on a fire. Hard to tell what it is. Some kind of large rat, maybe. Rodent of unusual size. I don't know.
Claudine-
I don't think they exist.
Claudine just looks at Sherrod as she starts walking back up the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like wave their improvised weapons at you. Go away! Oh, please! We won't share our food. Leave. Be gone.
No
They
worries.
keep yelling this as you're leaving. Like you hear them. Go away! Outsiders in our place. And they go back to their food. So now you're going towards the singing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like
Yeah.
how you went to every path in this dungeon. That's great. That makes me so happy. I was like, they're not going to go
That's-
everywhere. No,
That's
they
how I
are.
play
They
video
are.
games as well. I have to go
I
down
know.
every path.
Same. You just never know.
Yeah.
You gotta look at everything.
Maybe
gotta
there's a
clear
hidden
things
treasure
out.
chest at the end of that
Right.
path.
Right, so
Seriously, you gotta collect all 4.
you proceed through this pathway, and as you get closer, the singing becomes louder, and it is Sylvan singing, and they are singing a song about doors. It is a song about doors. And how cool they are, and how many doors there are in all the worlds. And as you come around the corner, you can see what is very clearly a couple of nilbogs doing a dance and a toadstool circle, which those of you who are familiar with the Feywild would know is frequently used as some kind of portal. And as you come around, they both stop and they look at you and they go, "Hey, you here for a party? Party? Party?
Claudine just shakes her head.
No party? Aw.
That was a very pretty song you were singing.
Yes. Pretty songs. That's what we do. Do you know any
Nice.
songs?
I do.
Will you sing it for us?
Sure. Laura's not gonna sing. But
I won't make you sing.
If you
Um,
translate, Edith would be happy to sing something from her world.
Claudine starts singing a really creepy lullaby. What's a good creepy lullaby?
Like all of them.
All
Oh,
in the tone of
the,
voice.
the Highland Fairy. She starts singing the Highland Fairy.
Make a
Um,
performance check, please.
She's singing in Sylvan in her like weird breathy Claudine voice.
Yeah.
And that is in that 20.
Whoa, they are super enthralled. They're like, whoa, you're really good at that. That's awesome. Okay, where you want to go?
To my aunt Lorna's, please.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
People keep asking us that.
Claudine just
Okay.
looks at Zinrie like,
We know some lovely places. We are the way, and we can send you to a field where all the flowers turn into butterflies.
I have told you where we would like to go.
Are you sure? There's also this other place that has a
She just
waterfall,
holds up her
and
hand.
it's just so gloomy. But okay,
Yes.
we can send you to her marsh, I guess.
Yay.
No, I guess.
For sure.
I mean, we can. That we can do. We have the power. It just seems like a stupid idea. But okay. I like how the butterfly trauma is happening in the chat. They're like, not the butterflies!
I'm feeling it too. The fucking butterflies.
I've got you all scared of butterflies. It's so good. Alright. Okay, they kind of stand on either side and sort of wave you into the circle. Well, come on then. Let's go. Let's go. In you go.
In we go.
And
Cool.
yeah,
So
in we
you
go.
all step. So in the center of the circle is a large, like, stone pillar, and it is covered in phosphorescent moss. That's kind of glowing in an eerie fashion. And they shoosh you all in, and then they dance around you, and they sing their song about doors again. And you all feel what is very familiar to all of you, a like teleportation. And you are transported. Oh. To. What's the time? Oh, I might be bringing a Nilbog with you, but he doesn't actually come with you. The middle of a marsh, where if you did not, he's not there. Have.
Edith.
Did I miss someone?
Edith was still back by the doors.
Oh no, Edith, come back. Where are you?
Edith decided to
At the
stay.
door. You're hanging with the muggles. Alright. You get the very distinct impression that if you did not have Water Walk, you would be sinking right now. You're like down here.
And we're still
You're
in dim light?
Yeah, pretty much. It's gloomy. It's very overcast. There's still a lot of mist. it is a big marsh.
Sherritt's gonna spread his cloak out and fly above the water.
Okay, cool. There is no path. There is not much of anything. You can hear the buzzing of insects. It smells slightly better than the muddy place you were just in before, but only very slightly. It's more like a pungent green smell than a rotting mud smell. It's still not great, but different kind of not great. And the like plant matter is literally just on top of the water. Like it's lots of algae and lily pads and that kind of thing. Can I get perception checks from everyone, please?
Dirty 20.
23.
12.
19.
Because I have reliable talent, that's
Dang.
a dirty 20.
For most of you, all you see is a marsh. Claudette. Claudine. Just over here,
That's fine.
on the other side of that log, there is like the faintest sort of shimmer in the air. Like something is there, but being masked in some fashion.
Claudine's gonna move over to like here-ish.
Mhm.
Does it look big or small?
It looks about the size of a tiny hut, if that
And-
were able to be masked in some fashion. Like kind of,
The little dome.
yeah.
Yeah, she'll move over and say, Auntie Lorna, are you here?
There is no reply. There is the silence of someone being very, very quiet. And we're going to take a break.
Cool.
So we will take a break. We're going to draw our shiny thing to see who is going to get the bag of folding.
Kit!
It's
Either Morwen or Bridie. That's kind of fitting, actually, given Morwen's whole origami thing. And our giveaway today is we are going to give away a Redbubble mug. Any of the mugs in our Redbubble store. There's a lot of stuff there that you can have on a mug these days. So, yeah, you can pick one. And we are going to take a break. Adam's going to do some marble races in the break, and we'll be back in 10-15 minutes to see what's hiding in the marsh and whether it's a hag or something else.
dun, dun,
Or
dun.
something else.
We will be back
Yeah.
shortly. See you in a bit. Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome back to the Gallant Horde. We are playing Bavlorna Blightstraw, where these 6 lovely people are trying to find said Bavlorna and convince her to join our side in this ridiculous Fey war that we have gotten involved in. Looks like Kit did the double win today. Got
Yay.
herself a bag of folding. Well, got one of her characters a bag of folding and a mug from our Redbubble store. So Kit, please email me your choice of mug and I will make that happen. Alright, so you have managed to meander your way through a marsh, met some weird fey creatures, and now you are on a very watery area. And you have spotted something hidden and called out to Auntie Lorna and had no response. Just the silence of someone being very quiet. What would you like to do?
I cast Fairy Fire.
Cool.
It is a
I know what it is.
my save DC is 23.
What kind of save is it?
That's what I'm looking up.
Dex? I think it's Dex.
Dexterity.
Yeah, Dex 23.
I mean, yeah, no, they do not save. So, what you see is as your fairy fire lands on an entire, like, campsite that has been hidden from view. This is what it looks like.
Claudine's is bright orange.
And you see a satyr in a Australian outback hat,
Oh no.
Oh God.
with a kangaroo. And he looks up and he
That's
says in a
fancy.
perfect Australian outback accent, which I'm not going to attempt because of the Australian in the room.
Do it! Do it! Do it!
Do it! Do it!
Do it!
I don't do accents. He says, "Hello, mate."
He doesn't say g'day. G'day.
G'day, g'day, mate. You're not supposed to be able to see me. That's a mean trick you did. I'm just trying to stay out of trouble. Hi. Are you gonna try and eat me or kill me or charm
We
me
would-
or
We were
Some-
told you could be an ally.
what? Me?
Yes.
I mean, sure. I guess I could try. Does that mean you're not gonna try and kill me? Because then I guess, yep.
I mean, I could if you'd really like.
I
but
really
why don't-
wouldn't like.
Then why don't
it's
we
not
try
on
making
our list of priorities.
Cool.
Do you know the swamp well?
Yeah, I've been here a while. Kind of got stuck.
Stuck how?
Well, there was a situation that I had to get out of real quickly. So I ran away and I took some doors and I ended up here. This is Fist Kick. He points at the kangaroo. The kangaroo, does boxing at you.
And you are?
What's that?
And you are?
Oh, Natty. Natty.
Very nice to
Claudine.
meet you, honey.
How long have you been in the swamp?
Well, time in here is a bit weird. A long time. Feels like a long time. I've eaten a lot of frogs and wrestled some gators.
Gators are delicious.
Yeah, but they're hard to kill.
If you're gonna eat the frogs, you should eat the orange ones and the brown ones, but not the blue ones.
Well, yeah, duh.
There's another hut near here.
Well, not near exactly, but there is a hut. I stay away from there because I stumbled upon it once, and the lady there was, well, she threatened to turn me and Fistkick into frogs.
She does
So we
like to.
we politely declined and removed ourselves from the vicinity with as much rapidity as possible.
Probably a smart move.
Are you trying to get
help?
out of here?
I mean, I didn't choose this place because of its delightful climate. Yes, it would be great to get out of here. I don't like it. But there might be some people looking for me. And I kind of don't want to be found. So that's a factor.
What kind of people?
Dangerous, powerful people.
Looking around, has Lorna's hut moved, or is it still in the same general part of the Feywild as it has been before?
This is... How do you mean?
Does Claudine know where she is?
Oh, make a history check.
Because her background may actually come in useful here. That is... What's my history? +3, 19.
This is vaguely familiar in the sense that you get the sense that you're in the right general vicinity. Bavlorna has a piece of the Feywild that's like her place. And which is canon, so I'm sure Laura knows about that. But it is a little different to what that canon is. Because I'm me. But it's so you would recognize this as being part of her territory.
Yeah.
But you would also know that her hut is not necessarily always in the same place.
Yeah, the hut moves around, but in the same sort of area.
Yeah. But you are definitely in her lands now.
Claudine will look this person over. Does he give off the vibes of somebody who is on the run? Like, does he seem to be telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
That is a... What's my insight? +10, 24.
He seems genuinely nervous about being found. And he's clearly living rough. You get the vibe that he's quite good at living rough. Like he's capable of making himself quite comfortable wherever he lands, and surviving. But he doesn't look like he's here because he likes it. He looks like he's here because it's nice and hidden, and no one will look for him here. So yes, is the short answer. And he does seem genuinely nervous about when he talks about people who are after him.
Claudine looks at the group and then looks back at the guy. If you can get us safely to the hut, you don't have to come in. I used to spend a lot of time here. I can show you a path that will lead you to Eberron.
Eberron. Never heard of it.
Then the people you're running from aren't from there.
No. They're from, well, hereish.
I can lead you to a path that'll take you to the material plane.
And I can get lost there and they won't come find me.
Hmm.
I have some protections. He pulls out and he has an amulet of non-detection. But you know, they're real strong, powerful folk.
And then you wouldn't be in the Feywild anymore.
That would help. Okay, we have a deal. I will take you to the place.
Do you know how to use a boat?
Do I know how to use a boat? Yes, I know how to use a boat.
Claudine will offer her very long-fingered, long-clawed hand.
He very cautiously puts his hand in yours.
You lead us to the hut. I will show you how to get out of here.
Done. Deal. We should visit the Sneagles.
The Sneagles?
The Sneagles. The Sneagles have a shortcut, kind of. It's a long. You know how things are. Sometimes you go
Yes.
and it's close, and sometimes you go and it's far, and you never know until you do the going which it's going to be. But the Sneagles have a way.
Let's do the Sneagles.
Cool. Excellent. Come on, fist bump. Fuck, what's his name? Fist kick. Let's go. And you see fist kick, in fact, go bounce, bounce, bounce. In exactly the way that was described.
How's the kangaroo handling the swamp?
Interestingly, they both do not seem to be sinking into it. They're staying on the surface in a very similar way to the way you are.
That makes sense.
All right. So he leads you through the swamp. He follows a path that he clearly knows very well, but it is not apparent what it is. He twists and turns and goes around trees 3 times and and if you try to bypass, if he goes around a tree 3 times and you don't, he's like, no, you have to do the thing. This is the Feywild. You can't just go in a straight line, and he'll make you go around the tree. Every now and then you see some sort of beastie, and he'll stop you all. He'll be like, look at that. And he launches into, this guy's totally based on Steve Irwin, you guys. He launches into a spiel about the animal that you've seen and how beautiful it is.
While he's going off on all of this, Mara pulls out sort of packets of food every now and then and sort of just sits and munches some fruit and stuff and offers it around, and some pies and sandwiches and...
This guy is a creation of my child.
How many times do I hear the word crikey?
Many times. Many times. A lot of times.
It's like every 5th word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eventually he brings you to a village that appears to be in the giant shell of a snail. A very giant snail. You come from this direction down here. Oh, I didn't
So
bring
many
them with
maps today.
I know, because I
Yeah.
had so much fun with the maps,
so
and
cool.
then I had ideas for everything, and then I wanted it to be a journey. A journey. You're going on a journey. I don't get to do a lot of journey games because of the time frame. I was like, if we don't have combat, it'll be fine. So he leads you along, and you get to the end of the bridge, and he goes, "G'day." That's the only one I can do. And you watch as like the snail being comes up to him and like raises up, and it's got like actual snail like arms and antenna. It's like a snail person. It's the size of a person. And he like speaks to it in a language that sounds like goop gooing. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the noise of goop going. And then he turns and he goes, "This is Oom is a friend of mine. They don't really speak Sylvan or Common. They have their own language. But they're good people. They have taken care of me extremely well. Took me a while to figure out all the vowel sounds. They have more vowel sounds than any other language I've ever learned. But yeah, they're good, and they have a thing inside that will take you right up to the hut. They have a relationship with your aunt. Did you say aunt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a relationship with her. She likes their slime.
I'm sure it's useful slime.
They provide slime, and she, for the most part, makes sure they're left alone. They're very peaceful beings. They don't like to fight, or they're susceptible to a lot of things. None of you have any salt on you. Salt. They even the word makes them nervous.
I've been a snail. We'll be fine. Let's.
Cool.
What do they want in return for us using their shortcut?
He turns and he gurgles some more at this being, who gurgles back. It takes a long time. These guys clearly speak very slowly. And then he turns back and he goes, "Well, they're a bit curious about who you are and what you're doing here and why you're looking for her. Do you? I'm not sure what you can offer them. Is what I'm getting at."
Claudine goes through her pouches. She's like,
More weird shit.
She pulls out like a bundle of silver threads and she starts flicking through them. She's like, not that one. Not that one.
Lara
And
pulls out a couple of caramel apples and puts those down as well.
The snail person literally just climbs on top of the apple and then dissolves it.
Yep.
And goes. They like your apple.
She takes one out, puts the rest back in the bag, and holds it out to the snail and says, eat this.
Snail brings out its slimy snail arm and just and like absorbs it into snail body.
And gets
What
a
is it?
memory of a very young changeling watching Bavlorna stirring a cauldron and talking to her about a potion that she's making.
That'll do. The apples are nice. The memory is sweet. They'll help you.
Wonderful.
Says, "Are you sure?"
Yes.
Okay then. Come on.
And
I've been looking for an excuse to use this map for such a long time because it's so fucking beautiful. They lead you inside, and it looks like this. It is very simple. You get the feeling that this is mostly a like a community hall for these beings. It's a. Did it paste you?
Mm-mm.
Look, paste. No, it just pasted these two. Oh, because hang on. Please hold for pastage.
Pasted, man.
Indeed. Yeah, this is like. Oh, now he's there twice, and so is this kangaroo. Be gone. Right. It's like a community hall for these beings. You get the vibe that they live somewhere else, or maybe they just hang out in the swamp. But this is where they gather if they have a need to gather, or they meet up here, or they hang out here, or whatever it is. But he leads you in through the big spiral into the center, where there are several more of these sneagles hanging out. And they have this big like rock in the center that has lots of runes on it. How the hell they carved runes into the stone, you have no idea. Their hands are like slime bits, but there you go. It has like glowing blue bits. It's very beautiful. The whole place is built out of like flax and sticks all kind of woven together. It's gorgeous. And the sneagles like look up as you enter, and he talks to them and they talk back. Again, it all takes a very long time. These conversations are not quick. There's a lot of someone's gonna clip that shit and put it out of context somewhere. Anyway, I just realized how ridiculous I sounded. And eventually he turns and he says, okay, here's the way it works. You have to each tell a story. And then once you've told the story, you put your hand on the rock. And when all your stories have been told, and assuming they are acceptable, I'm a bit hazy on how that works, the sneagles do something, and then you will be by the hut. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Who's going first? And do you want me to come with you?
Yes.
I don't really want to come.
You need to. I send the death dog to its pocket dimension, and Claudine tells a story about a circus and the various fae that can be found there.
Cool.
Very
Make
exciting.
Make a performance check.
Oh wow, I'm doing well on the performance today. 23.
Cool. Who's next?
Yeah, sure, he'll step up and he'll tell a story about the first time he caught a fish.
Was it this big?
Yeah, of course.
Make a performance check.
He got
sorry,
a
carry on.
16.
16? Who's next?
Zinrie will go up and tell a story about her family traveling the Feywild and putting on shows for people.
Okay.
And she'll use like minor illusion, like cantrip, to
Oh, yeah.
like, make things more exciting.
Cool. Make a performance check.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yep. Mara?
Mm-hmm.
Mara will tell the story of Randall coming home to her
Aww.
and proposing and
Aww.
getting up to the story to the wedding and then fading to black on the wedding night.
Oh wow. Spicy story.
That's the story. Alright, make a performance check, please.
That's 19.
Okay. Andie?
Andie will tell a story of her home of a place called the Godswood, where thousands of years ago the gods fought a war.
Performance check.
That is a 27.
Very nice. Oh yeah, you're a bard.
I am a bard.
Edith.
So I did roll performance already, and I had to use my Twitch inspiration. So please go ahead and take that off for me. Edith will tell a story about the first time that she saw snow as a little girl in the strange city that's made of stone and steel.
Okay. So what did you get in the end?
In the end, I rolled a 17.
Cool. Natty will tell a story about hunting giant crocodiles. in his home, which is not the swamp. He's a bit vague about where it is, though. It is very dramatic. He does not fail to express the beauty and wonder of crocodiles in the process of talking about it. This is apparently a bit of an average story. It's a 14.
That's not bad.
No.
Fist Kick tells a story in Kangaroo which none of you understand. It's terrible, apparently. Yeah, it's really terrible. It's a 1. But yeah, exactly. But Natty kind of pats him on the back and goes, "It's all right, old mate. Good on you for trying." It's about as close as I get to Australian. Turns out Fiskik is a racist. No, he's not. Look, none of my characters are racists unless they're evil, in which case, maybe. Okay, he's just a bit stupid, and he doesn't tell great stories because he's a kangaroo and he has a -2 to charisma.
He's doing his best.
He is. Anyway, the Sneagles seem unperturbed by Fiskik's terrible retelling of whatever it was he was talking about. It seemed to be some sort of boxing match. He got real way down in the details of the, and then it was a left hook, and then it was a right hook. And
Was he like animating it?
Absolutely,
like,
yeah. Anyway, you will place your hands on the stone. And the runes light up. And there is like a weird buzzing noise that kind of almost feels like it's coming from inside your head. It's like the whole place is vibrating in a really uncomfortable way. And just before you are bamfed to the hut, you hear Natty go, "Ah, fuck." And you're all bamfed to the hut without the snail. Snail, go over there. And finally, you find yourselves in front of a hut. It's quiet. Apart from the sounds of insects, it appears to be on the edge of some kind of body of water, lake, whatever. And it's very, very quiet. What do you want to do?
Claudine will turn to our Australian companion.
Yes, Natty.
And Natty, and say, "You upheld your end of the bargain, and I will uphold mine. If you follow this," she gives some directions. Like, if you follow this body of water this far, you'll see some purple reeds. There is a boat there. You want to take it down this very specific path. You want to say these words, and there's a tear that you will be able to get through.
Awesome. I appreciate your upholding your bargain. This is a big deal for me to get out of here. Maybe we'll meet again one day.
We appreciate you keeping your end of the.
Do you? Oh, you'll be fine.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you if you have like gold with you or anything, but you'll be fine.
I have stories. It's the same thing in most places.
It is, and you can hunt, which is a useful skill.
Well, good luck, and he gets the fuck out of there as fast as he can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Followed by a kangaroo.
Mhm.
They're gone. Bye bye. Off to Eberron.
Look at Claudine's backstory as a smuggler between the Feywild and the material plane being useful.
Yay.
Yeah. That's Ripper, mate.
Hunter.
Yep.
And she will walk. Before she walks up to the door, she turns to the group, and she's like, "Now, do not yell, do not insult, be polite." And then we'll go and knock on the door.
There is no reply.
Is it locked?
Well, do you try to open it?
Yeah.
It's not locked.
I will peek inside.
Cool. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I can take this roof off. I made it so I could take the roof off. I suppose you can see about that much of it.
Nice.
Make the roof smaller. There we go. It's like a little living area.
And
see that
she's
much
not
of it,
she's not home.
Well, there doesn't appear to be anyone there, but it looks lived in. Like there's a fire going.
Claudine will lean in and quietly says, "Lorna, if you're here, it's Tiernan."
You hear. So you're just at the door right now.
Yeah, at the door.
Cool. You hear from the roof. A voice that goes, "Been a long time, niece."
Yes.
Did you bring presents? You brought friends, I see. Are any of them for me?
We brought you food. And I'm gonna do some gardening.
Some gardening.
I know how much you hate it.
I do. Gardening is stupid. And she drops her invisibility, and you all can now see, sitting on the roof, a being who is, well, a little scary looking. She's got big boobly eyes. Her skin is like grey. Her hair is kind of matted. And she kind of just floats down to the ground beside Claudette. Where are you, Claudette? I'm going to put you here. And she like pokes you. Where you been?
Working.
Working.
Yes. Shall we have tea?
You smell sunny.
I do smell sunny. Do you want tea?
Yes. Are your friends gonna be a problem?
If they are, that's their own fault.
I will eat them.
If you feel that way.
We have an accord. Come in for tea. She leads you inside the house.
Okay.
Edith will look at Mara and shrug, like,
Yeah, this is all in Sylvan.
Yeah, Claudette will hear in her head if I could telepathically talk to her, like, come in. I don't know if she lets it.
She will.
Yeah.
What did she hear, sorry?
Oh, did we come in too?
Yeah, Claudine will tell everybody to come in and to start making tea. Claudine, assuming that there is a lot of dishes, is going to start doing dishes.
In fact, a lot of dishes. There are flies everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not a pleasant cottage. It looks like a pleasant cottage in the map because maps lie sometimes. It's not a pleasant cottage. There is like piles of filth everywhere. There are definitely a truly phenomenal number of flies everywhere on every surface. It's pretty gross, to be
Claudine
honest.
starts doing dishes. She sets her broom and tells it to start sweeping and just starts cleaning up.
Bavlorna looks at you, looks at the broom, and just sits like, "Child is here. Child will bring tea."
Yes. And I let Mara do...
Mara pulls out teas and food and all sorts. She also will hand off Angus to one of the others and just point at Claudine's broom and just like, do that.
He flips everything. And like close up. And then puts things back that she doesn't like, picks a few and eats them.
Mara has got a huge selection this time. So there's the normal pies, pastries, cakes, biscuits, and there's also fruits, and there's dumplings and pancakes, and she's also managed to smuggle a couple of bottles out of the tavern, so there's some vodka and some whiskey. She plonks in the middle of it as well.
Bavlorna definitely grabs a bottle of vodka and just like, I'll have this one. Start sipping it.
Just drinking it straight out
Yeah,
of the bottle.
Straight out of the
Yeah.
bottle.
Have you been busy, Auntie?
Busy, yes, always busy. Busy doing things, important things. Yes.
Anything very important?
Yes.
Good. How are your sisters?
Stupid sisters. I don't know. Why should I know? Think they're so important and fancy with their fancy towers and their fancy books and their pretty dresses. Ah,
I wasn't talking about that sister.
Oh.
I meant your other sisters.
oh. They're fine.
Okay. I take it you haven't seen any of them in a while.
No.
And how are things? How is the house?
The house. It is good. It is well fed, but can always be better fed.
Everything can always be better fed.
True, true. The garden is very weedy. Many weeds.
I will fix it before I leave.
Do any of your friends know gardening?
I do, actually.
Ah! You don't speak Sylvan.
Right. Damn, never mind.
Claudine will translate.
Edith will say because she's got the garden at home.
Do I know if my auntie speaks common?
Actually, I don't even know if your auntie speaks common. Please hold. Let me look it up. She does!
Yeah,
She does.
Claudine will be like, they don't all speak Sylvan, auntie.
Oh, she switches to common. Fine. I can speak this dirty tongue. It is not as expressive. Some words are just wrong. What even is a fly? What kind of word is fly? That's a stupid word. That's what you do. It is not the wonder of the creature. She says the word fly in Sylvan, and it sounds much prettier. See?
I have my flying vehicle now, and Claudine takes her cauldron off her belt, and it becomes proper sized.
Just watching Shawnee having FOMO big time.
So once.
And then we'll return
Gardening
it back
friend
to
can garden. Gardening friend. Do you know the difference between a weed and not a weed?
I do.
What's the difference?
A weed is something that is not useful and is choking out the other plant.
Sort of. Very human response.
She is human, auntie.
Mildly disappointed.
Do you want her to garden or not?
How do I know she knows what is useful and what is not useful?
If you tell me, I will
Ugh.
follow directions.
First I must teach you to garden and then you will garden? Too hard.
That's fair. That could be pretty useless.
Humans. They
How
live
are
for 5
things-
minutes and they don't know what is useful.
Yes, yes. How are things at the courts?
Have not been in a long time.
That's because the courts suck.
Yes, more than they used to.
Is the oak still being
A
bullheaded?
dick?
Yes.
He's being a dick. He was always a dick. Him and his froofy wife. Froofy, I'm so pretty. Meh.
Yes. She was very pretty.
She is gone now, did you know that?
I did know that.
He chased her away. He says that she left, abandoned her post, but we all know that's not true. He chased her away. He did not like her fraternizing with the boring humans. 5 minutes. No use. Meh.
He's left things out of balance.
What?
You can't chase away the sun. And
She looks around at her marsh that has no sunlight.
and expect things not to change.
Things have changed, yes. Now everybody is pretty. There is no space for the not pretty. It's stupid.
Do you want it to change?
Everything changes. Matter of time.
Do you want the not pretty to be welcome again?
I don't care that much. I don't go there. Too much music. I don't like it. Noisy. Meh. Apparently I'm channeling my crone today.
Andy just like pushes her lyre further behind her back.
Claudine's still doing
Mara's
dishes.
just nodding along about too much music.
But don't you want the option to go? You know how he feels. You know how he feels about us.
Ugh. I heard a rumor.
Yes?
I heard a rumor that he had one. Little changeling. Little mini him. Little baby oak. Heard a rumor.
An acorn?
Perhaps. There are many looking. Imagine if you could find a small being. Little oak. he would, much power.
Changelings are powerful.
Don't know if she's a changeling. Just heard he had a daughter.
Well, interesting. I wonder what'll happen when she's found.
He will kill her.
Well, yes, he kills everything that could ruin his day.
Indeed.
He doesn't appreciate power. Not like Grandma.
No. Grandma. Mother. She has been quiet. Keeping to
Quiet?
herself.
Is it because of what you did to Tasha?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't know what I'm talking about.
I did nothing. What happens to
Inside joke.
Tasha, she brings upon herself. You can inside
Yes.
check her if you want.
Yeah.
That's right, the three of you didn't gang up at all. You would never.
I actually rolled really well, you guys.
So did I. That is a 17 plus 14, so that is a
Wow.
31.
I didn't roll that well. Yeah, no, she's lying. She totally did whatever it was.
Yeah. This is what Andy does. This is diplomacy and bullshittery.
Is Tasha free yet?
I don't know.
You're
Wasn't
not
paying
checking?
attention. No. Who cares? Eventually, it's inevitable. She will get out. She will come back. She will wreak revenge. We will wreak revenge back, and so it goes.
That is what you three are constantly doing to each other, let alone to her.
Stupid tower, dumb books. Do you know
I
that
know.
people now read her books all over the world? As if she has any wisdom to share.
Get along with my sisters either, honey.
She doesn't know the wisdom of the earth.
That's it. Anyway, Mother is dissatisfied with the courts and is waiting for the inevitable changes.
What if I could help you earn Grandma's favor?
How?
By helping change happen.
What change? Ah! You smell like the sun! Oh, are you working for the sun?
Do you want to work with the sun?
We have never got on very well. She is so bright and loud and
The
bright.
But without the light,
The
we can't
snake's the
have any
plant, right?
shadows to hide in.
Ah. She blows all the shadows away.
I
Have you
can
looked
always
at her? She's no.
I can always go talk to Scabatha instead, and I set down the dishes.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, if you don't want to help, I'm sure Scabatha would not turn up her nose at power.
Power. How is the sun going to give one like me power?
At the moment, you can't go near the courts.
Can choose not to.
Of course, of course. But wouldn't it be better if all were appreciated at court? It would mean that you would have more people to do business with.
Yes. Persuasion check, just for fun.
Cool.
With
Because-
advantage, because you know what her buttons are.
Well, I have advantage from a
Oh, okay.
button.
Sweet.
Natural 20! Wah, 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 wah. Which brings me to a total of... Where's my sheet gone? It's vanished. Gone forever.
A lot.
Yeah,
All
it's
good.
like 26 or something.
Maybe. She seeks help from me.
She seeks help from those who know what it's like to not be appreciated for what they are.
Last I saw her,
Mm.
she was very bright and loud and colorful and full of herself. Is she still thus?
She's still bright, but what is more humbling than being chased away by a tree?
Chased away by it? Oh, him. Yeah. He's a terrible tree. He's bad at being a tree.
He is bad at being a tree.
Channeling my mother. Sorry, I'm back. Wrong grumpy old lady.
He's bad at being everything.
What do you mean he has broken the balance? Explain.
You can't just cast someone. You can't just cast the sun from the Feywild without consequence. What is being required to keep her out is causing damage.
Things are appearing in places they should not be. Planes are bleeding through each other. The worlds are breaking.
Plus, he's a dick.
He is a dick, yes.
He is also a dick.
To be fair,
Yeah.
We don't let men win in this house.
I mean, that is also true. Men, current lizard exception excluded, but men, problematic. At best.
He's problematic.
Are you
Motion
problematic, lizard man?
To some people.
Me too. I am also problematic to some people. You get the impression that that's most people, actually. Well, what does she wish of me?
That you be someone she can call on. That you stand with her. Against the dicks.
the tree.
And in return,
What do you want?
I have my little piece of Feywild here.
It's
It
a
is
good
small
piece.
and watery and full of flies, just like I like it.
It's better than Edelin's.
I want... I don't know. A place at her table with her advisors when she is back. Power. I want power.
We all want power. Why
She
should she
still
pick?
makes up her own mind.
Why
Even when her advisors tell her otherwise, sometimes she makes up her own mind. We've all seen it.
Why should she pick you and not one of the others?
I am the most in touch with the ground. And she is the sun. She is not in touch with the ground.
I cannot make deals for her, but I can tell her what you want.
Has she sought out my sisters also?
We came to you first. But you know that you're more powerful when you work together.
Yes.
Look at what you did to Tasha.
Yes. No, we did nothing to Tasha.
Look
Tasha
at what
brought
what happened to Tasha.
her
when-
own fate upon herself with her behavior. We are more powerful when we work together, and he is, in fact, a dick. And if what you say is true and he is breaking the worlds, well, we can't have that.
And
How can
the
we cause chaos in the worlds if they are broken?
Exactly. The Hourglass Coven deserves more respect.
This is probably your best opportunity to do something about it.
Very well.
Isn't there something of his that you want?
Oh, something of his. What does she plan to do with him?
With him?
Yes.
I don't know. You
Picked
she's
her out
not,
once, he can do it
she is-
again.
she is not going to give you him.
Oh no, I wouldn't want him. God, can you imagine? Insufferable. Oh, there's too many flies, Bavlorna. Oh, it smells, Bavlorna. Ugh.
I mean, most men are insufferable.
Poor Sharon. I would like.
Andie does have a husband, so
Feeling that Sherritt ended up with Angus and is just being quietly trying to sweep in the corner.
Yeah.
trying to prove his worth to Bavlorna.
I don't know what he has. He has many insufferable druids. Maybe I would like to eat one.
I could ask her. I will present her with options that you would like. Perhaps eating a druid. We are
We might like
delicious.
you to eat. Yeah, we might like to eat a. Yeah, especially when it is.
See, I've heard they're spicy.
Oh, that would.
Spicy food is excellent.
I am quite spicy, it's true.
Can't eat you though because you're family. She kind of eyes the rest of you up a little bit.
Grandma would be very cross with you if you ate me.
If I ate family, there are rules.
There are.
Maybe I would like to eat his little acorn.
Good luck finding that one.
If
Does
she,
anyone on this team actually even know?
Nope.
I don't think so.
if she is hiding from him, then she may be a powerful tool to use against him.
Maybe.
You know how fathers are brought down by their daughters. Underestimated, always.
True.
I will ask the son if you can eat one of his druids.
Very well. If she agrees to this term, eat one of the druids, have a place at court. Those are my terms. My third term is this.
Third
I
term?
want a memory of the sun.
That's a bit.
I will ask. What are you offering in return?
To stand by her side. To choose a side. We do not usually do that.
That's true. I will present your terms. For now, you should eat and have tea. I'm going
Wait.
to go
Tea.
garden and Claudine's gonna go outside and is gonna be casting plant growth and
Okay.
doing druid things and
Cool.
letting the rest of the party talk.
Yeah, Zinrie will once again throw out some more of the popping candy and go, these rocks are the best rocks in the world. They're surprised.
He will totally eat the popping candy and be astonished. Whoa! They are making some spices bouncing in my mouth!
Aren't they amazing?
Wow! I love them! Do you have more?
Yes, I will give her the 3 bags I had left.
What do you want in return for these?
These are freely given for
Oh,
having us in your home.
foolish.
I know. But it's been a while since I've been home, so feels good.
He proceeds to be amazed by popping candy for a long time.
Mara finishes brewing the tea and then also pulls out a fancy cigar and offers it to her.
In return for?
Word of wisdom.
Oh. She takes the cigar. She bites the end off. She lights it. She puffs on it for a while. And then she goes, sometimes being a mother is the right choice. And sometimes people don't need another one.
Mara nods and just sits back quietly thinking about it.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to discuss with Bavlorna?
Andie would just be talking with her and saying a whole lot without saying anything at all. Very much the role that she is used to as a
Walk here.
diplomat. Yeah.
Cool.
Same with Edith. She'd probably try to politely ask questions to show interest without seeming like she's like prying anything that's not her business. Just like polite.
Like surface level questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Carrot, do you have anything you want to discuss with Bavlorna?
Yeah, I think Sherrod would be edging the conversation back towards the Oaken Lord's little acorn. Just seeing if Bavlorna happens to have any more information, like maybe where people are searching the most, or
You get the vibe that she doesn't, that this is all just rumor and hearsay, that she's heard that it exists, and that there are those who are looking for it because of the power that would be associated with such a being. But not much more than that.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about maybe who are the people that are searching? Is it just everybody?
Anyone who wants power, anyone who wants an edge, anyone who wants an in, anyone who wants components for powerful magics. Many things that you could use such a being for.
Okay.
Claudine will come back in and be like, people do like cutting apart changelings for spell components.
Is true. And the closer the changeling to the ancestor, the more powerful.
Are you happier now? Claudine motions outside where she's cast plant growth like 8 times, so everything is overgrown and just
She
crazy.
looks out and she goes, it'll do. You should visit more. My back, it is not what it once was, and weeding is hard.
I will try. When I'm finished working, I will come back.
Well, we shouldn't take up any time, but we appreciate you spending this part of the day with us.
Do you have anything you want me to say to your sisters if I see them?
Tell them Bavlorna is doing great. And my home is beautiful. And everything is magnificent.
I will sing your praises, Auntie.
You are clearly the best sister. I can
Clearly.
relate.
Tell
Only
them
the
that.
truth.
Yes. I will.
Yeah.
Well,
We will leave you alone.
go away.
Claudine immediately starts sweeping everybody out, like
Yep.
really quickly.
Yep.
Like, get out.
Yep.
This is clearly a woman who's like, she spends all her time alone, and she's like, oh, visitors, that's nice. And then after like 40 minutes, she's like, right, not nice anymore, please, fuck off.
She's like, I do not want
Yeah.
to see
Do I
any
get-
visitors anymore. Leave.
Yeah.
Which I vibe with.
Right? Like, your introvert meter has been reached. We're done. Get out.
Yeah.
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 While
She's good for
Claudine
another 100
was,
years.
yeah, while Claudine was gardening, she would have collected any like bits of any useful plants and then tucked them into her bags.
And a selection of fey herbs.
And then we'll lead everybody down, like, along the edge of the water so that we are far from here.
Mhm.
Not super far, but out of hearing distance of here. We should go back.
Mm-hmm.
I look to see who wants to say it.
Do you think it'll work from here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
Sheriff
so
Quinn will say it.
Yeah.
Hasn't done that yet, so
Go
Bellatrix.
for it.
You are all teleported back to the throne room. The lady looks up and goes, ah, you're all back. I need... Hang on, please hold.
Just
As
before.
soon as they land, Andie is like prestidigitating all the swamp smell off of her.
Just before Sherritt said the word, Claudine turned to... Who said they really wanted to remember? Was it Mara or Edith? Edith.
Edith was saying, she's like, God, I really hope I don't forget this.
She turns to Edith and will cast Owl's Wisdom to give her advantage on wisdom saves.
I'm just trying to find that. It's actually not that hard. All right, so those of you who are not Fae, I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
30-20.
Thank you for advantage. That's a 19.
First one.
23.
How many?
23.
Cool. So you all remember. You all remember your time in the Feywild. It's for those of you who are not Fey, it's a little bit hazy, like a really vivid dream. Like you remember it, but it feels slightly unreal. But yeah, you all remember. And the lady says, hello, welcome back. Were you successful? Did you find her?
We did. She had some useful information and would be willing to choose a side and stand by your side if 3 conditions can be met.
Yes, that does not surprise me. What were her conditions?
She would like a seat at court. She would like to eat one of the druids.
One
And
of the druids.
Yes.
One of his druids.
One of his
Oh, one of
druids.
his. Oh, well, that's fine. Yes.
Yes, not our druids, his druids.
Okay, good. I sort of need them still. Yes.
And she would like a memory of the sun.
Oh. Interesting.
I did not agree. I told her I would present your terms. Present her request to you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
that one's like a big ass.
let me ruminate on that, and perhaps I can send you with a counteroffer.
She apparently, my grandmother is staying quiet and staying out of things at the moment, but is not happy about what is happening.
Well, that is as expected. Okay, Gur, sorry, I'm getting messages from Adam. Gur from the side says, a memory from the sun or a memory of the sun?
What did she say? It was of the sun, wasn't it?
She said of the sun.
Oh,
Yeah, of the sun. Of the sun. She did also also have an interesting piece of information.
Yes.
There is a rumor going around that the oak has an acorn.
Ah, yes, I have heard that rumor.
It's being hunted.
That also does not surprise me.
If we could find it, that could be a useful tool.
Yeah.
Yes,
Maybe that could be a mission.
Mhm.
that would certainly be a useful tool. That is important information, and interesting that it has spread to her area of the Feywild.
My aunts like to
Mhm.
keep up with rumor.
Many truths lie in rumor. Incidentally, Gur just said that if it is a memory of the sun, it is his to give.
That's up to you. I will leave that in your head.
We will have that discussion.
Mhm.
But yes, you have an offer of her standing at your side and choosing a side, which is a big deal.
It is a big deal. Tell me, did she speak of her sisters?
She did. It's been a while since they've spoken in person, it seems. Which is odd because usually two are scheming against one. So if Lorna isn't scheming, then Edelin
this
and
Gabatha.
Skabatha are likely scheming against her at the moment.
Indeed.
So I would suggest warning the teams that are going to speak to them not to mention that Bavlorna has already agreed. She hasn't checked to see if my other aunt has escaped the predicament that the Coven put her in. She hasn't been keeping an eye on it.
Well, that is all useful information.
She still hates my aunt as much as she always did.
Well, that's also not unexpected.
They really don't like her.
Sisters are tricky things.
Adopted sisters especially.
You can hate them with all your might, but then if someone else attacks them, you find yourself discomforted by it.
Oh, if anybody else was to attack one of the Hourglass, they would all wreak absolute chaos.
Indeed.
Mara's thinking back to her personal horde back at home. It's like, yep.
And I think it would depend on who was attacking Tasha. It would depend on whether they would stand up for her. That hatred runs deep.
Yes. Well, that is good. That is enough. I will perhaps require a follow-up visit. And since you have a familial association, perhaps I could send you to present my counter offer.
She does want me to visit more often.
I would be happy to go too. That was really fascinating. If I wouldn't be any trouble, I would love to keep you
go
company.
Back home. It was a different place of home, but it was nice to take a breath.
She was surprisingly Claudine seems genuinely confused. She's like, she was surprisingly pleasant.
She's lonely.
Yes. Which means that the sisters aren't visiting at the moment, which is odd.
Perhaps she was just happy to see you.
Claudine looks like she does not believe that for a moment.
I think the food and the alcohol helped that theory.
Or perhaps things are dire.
I think on the outside of the courts, things are more dire than immediately evident.
Well, hopefully that will be resolved soon, and we can all get back to being as unpleasant as our natures require us to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as always, I think we can count this as a success. You all came back hale and not frogs, and with a offer of the beginning of a negotiation, which is all I really need. The rest we
Yeah,
can.
we
take from
couldn't.
here.
We couldn't agree on your behalf.
Of course not. And I appreciate you not attempting to.
There is nothing more binding than a deal with my aunts or grandma.
Except perhaps a deal with me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You learned one thing growing up around Fae. Don't make deals unless you can really back them up. So. All right. Thanks, lady. Thanks, the queen.
You will all receive your usual rewards. Congratulations on a mission well missioned.
Thank you. It was honestly a pleasure. This time was very exciting. I had a great time. I remember it mostly, which is also very cool.
Excellent.
And you survived an encounter with the Hourglass Coven, or a member of the Hourglass Coven, which is not something that everybody can say.
This is true. I've heard tales. So. We did good.
All right. Do you all leave the throne room?
Yes.
Claudine will be the last one out,
Okay.
and she looks at the lady, and just says, "I made the offer to Indigo before I was attached to this team, but I'm not sure how much Indigo shares with other people. If the other teams that are going to go and speak to my other aunts want to speak to me, information is not free, but I will speak to them."
Noted. I'm sure that if Indigo knows it, the teams will know it too.
And now they can honestly say that you've not made any deals with Bavlorna, because that has not been done yet.
No.
I'm gonna go eat something raw. I wonder where Lonnie is. And she just starts walking out.
Excellent. As the doors to the throne room close, the lady turns to Gur, and none of you know what she says.
Are you going to tell us in the Discord, though?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I was just being an ass, really. All right. So that was a bit different. I was going for like a journey story thing. Hopefully
that was super fun.
it's
It was a
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
tomorrow, Laura will be DMing What the Gruff Knows, which is another mission into another swamp to find out some information from another random Fae beast that lives there.
I'm gonna murder everybody.
And she's going to murder
Please
everybody.
don't.
And
Okay,
next week,
I've told Dave that I'll mail everybody's gear back to the realm.
Oh.
And he was okay with it then, you know.
Yeah, he was fine with it.
That's fine.
I don't think Tess would be fine with Andie not coming home.
no, but you know, trauma is where the story lives. So, and then next week we have the Rose of Brass, which is the 4th seal out of 7.
Dun, dun.
I was on that one.
So,
So is Zinrie.
we're off to the plane of air to
Also-
attempt to break another seal. Yes, also.
Oh boy.
Zinrie's just hit level 10. Do we have
I
Tibia?
did.
Yes, but I will drop that in the Discord after the stream. We will drop Zinrie's TV art into the Discord, and I think Eden hits 15 tomorrow, assuming that she doesn't die. So that'll happen tomorrow.
Oh, exciting.
Thank you everyone for watching. I saw a lot of new names in the chat, which is very exciting. So thank you for being here and joining us for this little adventure. We do this every Saturday morning, pretty much most Saturday mornings, and sometimes on other days too. So yeah, if just hang out, do more of that. Join the Horde next year when we open new applications. We will see you then. Yep. See you tomorrow for What the Gruff Knows, and next week for the 4th seal. We love you all very much. Have a beautiful time zone.